What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Cheeseman and Chill, where we cheese mad and we chill. Today, I grabbed a little bit of coffee because the pregnancy fatigue is killer right now. I'm almost done with my first trimester, so almost there, guys. All right, so today is going to be a reality TV episode, strictly. Okay, we're going to talk about Baddies Caribbean Reunion Part 2. That's the first thing we're going to get into. Second thing is Love is Blind, the new season. And we're going to go back in time because I have some things to say about Double Shot at Love Season 1 and Season 2. Mostly Season 1, though. So at least if you don't want to hear about the old stuff, you could just stop listening whenever, you lose interest in the shows or whatever. So, first things first. Baddies Caribbean Reunion Part 2. What did we think? The fight between Diamond the Body and Tesehki was not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. Obviously, the aftermath was a little bit more graphic. I didn't see her tooth come out, so it wasn't clear if it was already out or if it maybe comes out in another episode. But anyway, so that fight we did get to see. Tesehki, man, like, when Diamond, threw, I don't know if she flung her wig at her, she matrixed that thing. I was like, damn! Before it even started, I didn't get to record. I had my son with me last night, so I didn't get to record, but I was watching it on my phone. I was like, I cannot wait until I can actually record. But, yeah, so there was that fight that we watched. We did get the tail end of Meatball and Tinka's fight, which, I pretty much expressed how I felt about that before. Meatball has heart, I hope that she grows from that friendship because I did feel like maybe she was the problem in that friendship. But in this reunion, she did come in like, I'm not going to be depressed anymore. Like, I'm going to fight. If you guys want to mess with me, like, I'm going to fight you. So I appreciated that. So that was good for her. Right now, I have it in the background again because I'm reminding myself of the events that took place. Tommy and, she's giving Meatball the talk, chit-chatting with her, which is good. I want to like Tommy, guys. I really do. I don't know why. I think it rubs me the wrong way every time she tries to fight security. Because it's girl, you can't do that. They get paid to keep you safe and that's it. You know what I mean? But that's the only thing. Everything else, she seems really, cool. Cool to hang out with, But, yeah, Meatball got emotional after the fight with Tinka, which is understandable because they were best friends, they were deeper than the show. It was before the show, and to have a falling out like that, I don't even think that they're gonna come back from it, and if they do, it's gonna be a very, very long time. The Baddies Midwest cast, maybe we could talk about that as well. I'll look it up so we could talk about it after we talk about the episode. But are they gonna be on it together? Meatball and Tinka? I don't know if Meatball, I know Tinka's gonna be on it. Anyway, we'll get into that later, but okay, yeah, we got the Diamond and the Tesehki fight. Tesehki still looked good after the fight. She was missing a lash, but whatever. It is what it is. The thing about Tesehki is she lands every hit. And I saw a video of Diamond. I still like both of these girls, by the way, because Diamond is funny, man. She went on a TikTok or a live or something, and they were asking her your adrenaline's running, you don't feel it, and she goes, no, I felt it. I felt every hit. So she's funny, she's honest, and she said I'm a good fighter, but I've never fought somebody like her before, she's different, the fight, I hate watching this. The fight with Gretchen and I can't. The fight with Gretchen and Jela. Here's the thing about these two girls, okay? These two girls fight. I can't. I literally cannot watch it. They fight real dirty. Okay? There's no, it's not boxing. It's not there's no rules. And there are baddies that pull hair. Most of them do. But they don't, from what I've been able to see, they're not scratching, pulling teeth out, trying to gouge your eyes, trying to rip your hair out of your head. They're just trying to get your wig off, or they're trying to get a good grip or something. But the way they fight is they want to literally kill each other. And it's scary. because nobody else fights like that. Yeah, I think Gretchen shocked me, actually, with how well she did in that fight. Jela, she's still not over what they were originally mad about. And I don't know. I mean, I spoke on how I felt about what they fought about before. I spoke on it already. She set a boundary. Gretchen didn't respect that boundary. As a result, they fought. What the boundary was for me is not for me to speak on. But yeah, so they fought. Gretchen, she low-key beat her ass. But you know what? That's none of my business. A lot of people on the internet say they don't like Jela and she's annoying and she talks too much. Like a lot of people on, at least what I see on TikTok, but I don't have feelings towards Jela. Like, I'm very neutral with her. I don't think she adds, but I don't think that she... it's just like, she's there. You know what I mean? That's kind of how I feel with Jela. She does try to talk before she just swings, which I can appreciate. But that was that fight. Callie, hold on. It cracked me up when Gretchen and Jela went to fight. And Callie went, like, behind, like, to try to get in on it. And she, like, I don't know if she fell or she missed. And I was like, girl, first of all, we can't be jumping people. Okay, we can't. Also, Gretchen clearly has experienced fighting, so she doesn't need, just because she's small doesn't mean she needs you to jump in. But I did think that was funny. Anna Mac came in and she addressed some issues with some of the girls. Apologized, was the bigger person, which I just was like, maybe she doesn't want to fight today. But no, it came across really genuine. Like, I apologize for that. So I love Anna for that. And I think, yeah, she was just waiting for Nunu. Anna Mac, listen, she is the smallest of the bunch, right? Her fighting Nunu and actually doing, like, she did pretty good. Like, I would argue that she won that fight. It shocked me. Because I mean, you could see that she's quick. She's clearly quick. But, you know, I wonder how many times does she have to hit her to actually leave marks on her face? Because I don't know how strong Anna Mac looks or how strong she is. She doesn't look very strong. I would have been embarrassed if I was Nunu trying to talk shit, you know. I'm going to beat your ass when I get a chance. And then she gets a chance and she gets her ass beat by a girl that's like a third her weight. But maybe there will be more rounds and she can redeem herself or something. I don't know. Oh yeah, see, they're zooming in on her face. Man, the cameramen are so grimy when they do that. They try to, like, when Jayla's tooth came out and the cameraman like goes and zooms in on like her tooth and her trying to grab it. I was like, y'all are shady as hell. Because, you know, she was obviously embarrassed, but it's like, why be embarrassed? It's not like Gretchen knocked it out. It looked like, I don't know if Gretchen reached in her mouth or if she, like, was biting her or both, or, but she definitely ripped her tooth out. But I don't know how her hand got in there. If you guys, actually, for a second, I thought that she bit her finger off. I thought she bit Gretchen's finger off for a second. But there would have been a lot more blood. But yeah, no, Gretchen and Jayla, they were just trying to kill each other. That is hate. Like, this fighting, like, Anna Mac and Nunu and everybody, like, you could tell it's like, all right, let's get this off our chest so we can feel better or something. But, like, Jayla and Gretchen, like, that is hate. That is the devil. It looks like we have previews to the next episode. Anything happen after that? Anna Mac and Nunu? Kinda. Tommy's trying to get a reaction out of Rolly, and it's just, Rolly's just being like, dude, you're not gonna piss me off. But of course, I don't know why Tommy, maybe she just wants to fight somebody and she can't fight Natalie. I have a feeling that they have a part of the contract now, if they haven't had it already, where nobody can touch Natalie. I have a theory about that. But anyway, but I'm telling you, Tommy wants to fight somebody. And then the previews for next Sunday, to be honest, I don't care for next Sunday. I'm probably not going to watch it until, I don't know. It just seems like I might watch it just so I could do the podcast about it. But it's just the replacements coming in. I don't really care for the replacements. So we'll see if somebody that I'm interested in watching fight entertains a fight with the replacements, then I'll tune in. Actually, I'm curious to see how Biggie handles that person trying to sneak her. Although we know she's not going to fight. She's not a fighter. We've seen that time and time again. She is not a fighter. So we covered that. Now let's get into the Baddies Midwest cast. The announcement for the Midwest. I don't know about, what is it? Bad versus Wild? Is that what it? No, I'm tripping. No, Baddies Gone Wild. I don't know about that one. But hey, what? Hold on. Somebody explain to me the lore between Scotty, Lemmy, and Janisha, because I don't get it. And I'll tell you what, I saw a video of Scotty at a roller rink with Lemmy like holding his hand. And I was like, hold on, these girls are fighting over this? I don't want to be mean, but like, this man is built like a veggie stick. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I just like, man, I see these girls cannot be out here looking crazy over somebody that like weighs less than my left leg. Like, I need to be nice. Anyway, what's the lore with that? Something about Scotty's pregnant, then she's not pregnant, then she's pregnant. Lemmy used to date Janisha, or he is, and then he's also trying to date Scotty. Scotty with the body, get you a like a man, who would look really good with Scotty? Let me see. Ew. You nasty. Say excuse me. She doesn't know how to say excuse me. Okay, that was a hiccup. That was fine. You have the hiccups? Boo. I thought it worked. Sorry. Celebrity men in their late 20s. How old is Scotty? Alexa, how old is Scotty with the body? Scotty Pippen is 59 years old. That's not the rate. All right, 27. Ooh, she's my age. Well, I will be 27, but that's good. I was going to say Aaron Taylor Johnson, but I don't know if he's her type. He's my type for sure. Oh, he's so fine. Did you guys hear he's getting a divorce? We should not be celebrating that, by the way. Not nice. Not nice. Why are like the top 45 men in their 20s on IMDb like all white guys? Like all of them. I don't know who she would look good with. I'd have to see her next to them. Okay, so Baddies Midwest. I am on Lemmy's page because I think he just posts what Zeus posts. So let's see. Audition picks. Let's go through that. We have Ivory, who, if somebody can please explain the lore of Ivory, please. She has drama with somebody, I think. I don't know. Do I have to watch the auditions to know what that's about? Jasmine Renee, Bad Dolly, Big Lex, Yoshi. Why does Yoshi kind of look like Anna Mac? Yo, that is crazy. Emma Alayo, Pretty P, and Summer, none other. I don't know any of those women, but I'm sure we'll get to know them. And I'm actually going to be open with the newbies this season because I'm usually like, I like OGs, but Tinka caught me by surprise. Tinka is one of my favorite of the newbies. Kira, I'm recording. Can you please not play with that ball? We have a special guest appearance by Krishan Rock. I'm looking forward to seeing her conversation with Tesehki following their, fallout. Although I'm sure they talked in between. We're not going to get like the very first of them talking. But I'm glad to see that they rekindled. Hopefully she learned and doesn't do that to her sister anymore. She's closer to God from what I'm seeing. Good for her. But anyway, so we'll see her for a little bit. So we don't get too excited. Tommy Lee. Anytime I see special guest appearance, I say half an episode. I'm not going to get my hopes up. Tommy Lee, she probably had to sign a contract that she won't hit security still. I swear. That's why she keeps taking hiatuses, because I think that's part of the contract. You can't. That's a rumor. Don't listen to me. Slim. Didn't Slim and Rolly had a falling out, huh? Because they were like, what did they call themselves? 10 or something like that? I'm curious to know why they had a falling out. Maybe we can get into Baddies lore on like another episode because I have other stuff I want to cover in today's episode. But anyway, those are special guest appearances. And then returning cast is my favorite because I love OGs. Natalie, obviously, she's not going anywhere. Rolly's cool. I liked her way better in Caribbean than I did in East. I thought East, she was giving like, she just, I don't want to get into that. I like her, okay? Scotty, love Scotty. Biggie's funny, okay? She's not a fighter, but she's funny. Tesehki, even if I did have something bad to say about her, I wouldn't, although I don't. She's cool. Anna Mac to me was an acquired taste, okay? I think I said this before. No, I said it about Mariah. No, Anna Mac took longer for me to warm up to. But I like her. She's cool. Jela, like I said, I'm very neutral with her. Diamond, she's funny. Tinka, she's funny. Tinka is one of my favorites, honestly. She'll be like top 3. And then new celebrity cast. Oh my gosh. The way I'm so excited for Jaden. I don't know who I don't want to mispronounce her name and be rude. Akbar. If I'm saying it wrong, correct me in the comments. I don't want to be rude. But Jaden Alexis, oh my god. Blueface's whole family is on here, huh? Excited to see her. I think she does have music out, so that'll be fun for the club. Because, I mean, come on. Barbie. I'm simply like a Barbie. Face, lips, ass. Hello, motherfucker. Hello, motherfucker. Okay, anyway. Okay, that song goes hard. Anyway, cool. That's the Baddies Midwest cast. I'm excited. All right, the second thing we're going to talk about, and you guys, hold on. I have my notes for Love is Blind. Okay, so that was my Baddies conversation. Hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, that's Baddie Shot O'Clock. Okay. Love is Blind. You guys, I have reached the point, and I'm not spoiling it yet. I will tell you when it's spoiled, okay? I will give you a warning. I am at the end of episode 9, but I wasn't really paying attention, so we'll say I got through to the end of episode 8. And the end of episode 8, I'm not spoiling it, disgusted. I was disgusted. I was shocked. I was all the things, okay? Right now, though, I'm only going to talk, now spoiler alert, about the pods. Everything after the pods, I'll start, depending on how much time it takes for me to get through talking about the pods, then I may or may not get into what we see up until episode 8, okay? Because I have things to talk about. But let's do pods. First impressions, okay? Normally the pods for me are boring. Like, I'm like, oh, we get it. Your favorite color. Or you have trauma. Or like, your dad this or your mom this. And then I swear, if it was somebody I was talking to or I care about, I will listen to you. I won't judge you. I love you. Tell me all your problems. But these are people on TV, okay? So these are my impressions. And I'm going to talk as if I'm really going to try to put myself in the mindset of before I knew what happened after the pods. I'm really going to try to sell it, okay? That's why I took notes. All right, so I have a page for each person. Nick D, okay? Nick D, I put convincing, might have commitment issues. I don't know why I put that. I didn't really elaborate. I guess I thought that comment by itself would remind me of why, but I didn't put. When him and Hannah broke up because she was going to go to Leo or something, whatever. Oh, before she knew that Leo had another option, I thought he took the breakup really well, and he earned some brownie points, some really good brownie points for that. And I appreciated that he stood up for himself. You know, he didn't just like take the punches or take the, all that stuff. But yeah, so he had good brownie points for that. In the pods, I thought he was good guy, sweet, down to earth, genuinely seeking a connection, really opened up, super vulnerable with Hannah. I like that it was just her and that was it. He was very laser focused on her, which is always a really good sign. You know, he would tell her, like, I don't care how you look, da-da-da-da. I believed him, like, he's cool. I'm saying past tense, not because anything changes, but this is just... Should I speak present tense? Is it confusing if I speak past tense? Oh my gosh, I'm getting too into the wording. I'm just going to talk. All right. So, Hannah. Hannah might be my most notes, okay? And I'm going to try to be really graceful because I am not perfect, clearly. I put too fearful, might be running from her feelings. The reason why I put this is because I genuinely thought that she was breaking up with Nick because I think that she did feel stronger for Nick than for Leo. But I think the feelings that she was having for Nick scared her. And so that's why she broke up with him to pursue Leo. Very surprised she dumped Nick. Okay, I kind of said that. Calling Nick back only because she was feeling insecure about Leo. I think we all obviously caught the fact that she was like, you know, what was her name? Brittany came in like, oh, Leo. And then it was an accident. I do believe it was an accident. I have Brittany notes in a second. But then she was like, oh, crap. I don't want to end up with... I don't know if she just didn't want to end up alone or if she wanted to be on the show or what that was about, her calling Nick back. But it was definitely because she was fearful of Leo not choosing her. She did say something that I can kind of relate to, but I think that it's not a good thing. Is she had said something to, I don't know if it was to Leo or to Nick, but she said that she felt that his confidence would overshadow her and as a result make her feel less confident. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. Again, relatable. I might relate. I don't know. I haven't dated somebody that has like a lot of confidence in a while. Tell Leo no. Oh my gosh. When Leo, actually, let me go to my Leo notes before I talk. I know I have Leo notes. I'll talk about the Leo thing with Hannah after I read my Leo notes. Okay, so Leo, first of all, this dude always gave sleazy car guy. Like, from the moment he opened his mouth, I was like, nah, you're a weirdo. You're a weirdo. I don't know. I didn't like him. I put cusses too much, which is hilarious because I cuss quite a bit. But, you know, when you're in the middle of an argument or a debate, you usually keep that down because you don't want the focus to be, okay, now we're cussing at each other. You want the focus to be the point of your argument, right? And I really didn't like how every time he got passionate, he was like, I effing love you, or I effing this, or I effing that. And I was like, dude, you're like negating the nice thing by throwing in the... That's a personal preference, maybe. Maybe nobody else cares that much. I just didn't like the way he was talking to the ladies, okay? That was bothering me. I put the ring conversation. Oh my gosh! This guy asking Brittany what shape ring does she want. And she's like, why are you asking me? Are you, like, am I the only one you're asking this? And he was like, I'm either asking both or neither. It's like, you know what you're doing. You know you're getting their hopes up. And this is the thing. There's getting to know them. You have to get to know them. That's part of the experiment. And then there's actual intentional, like, kind of showing like a treat and going like this. You know, like, really, really, really not cool. And that's what he was doing. He was like dangling it in front of her. It's like, no, the point is for you to get to know each other. Because if you don't even know who you're going to pick, then why are you talking about rings? You should be talking about values. How many kids do you want? How far in the future do you actually want to buy a home? How much money's in your savings? Like, what's your credit score? Like, stuff like that that matters in a marriage. Not that guy. I put the drama when he got rejected. This dude, he just gave like controlling, like very much like, I'm going to reject you before you reject me. And the way he responded to Hannah, because Hannah came in very short, like, I'm going to choose Nick. And he was like, really? Because I was going to, what if I proposed right now? Like, he was pressuring her. He wouldn't take no for an answer. It was so slimy. Like, I was like, oh, dude, ew. I actually thought at one point she might fold. I'm really glad she didn't. And I'm really glad that the next day she was like, no, he's manipulating me. And then she took it and told Brittany because she needed to know that. And I love Brittany. And speaking of Brittany, let's go to my Brittany notes. So that was Nick. That was Hannah. Brittany, genuine and sweet. I did notice her insecurities were starting to come out a little bit, which it sucked. It like made me sad when she was talking about like how the types of guys that she has dated in the past have always like cheated or like they strayed, and it just made me sad. So I think this was definitely a trigger for her being in this experiment, because it's between her. It's like exposing her to a situation again where a man has to choose between her and another woman. And so I think you could tell it was like getting to her. So, and it also sucked too, because like Leo was telling Hannah, tell Brittany that this was mutual and da 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 da. And it's like, dude, you're such a douchebag. Like, you literally only chose Brittany because, well, honestly, we won't know if Brittany was his second choice. We won't know. I had no idea who he was going to pick between Hannah and Brittany anyway. He just didn't want to get rejected was the problem. So, but that's what it looked like. Outside looking in, it looked like he chose Brittany second, which isn't always the worst thing. Look at Bliss and Zach. Like, obviously that worked out, and no one's judging Bliss about it. She followed her heart, and good for her. The note that she wrote to him, I put note equals proud, proposal equals disappointed, because as you guys saw, she wrote this note expressing her disdain, and her saying, like, I wrote all these nice things and then I crossed it out. I was like, hell yeah. But then, of course, she accepted his proposal. So I was like, girl, what are you doing? All right. That was those guys. All right. That was those guys. And I got notes on Steven. Steven is the last person. I think I only wrote notes on people that I thought had like red flags. I don't think everybody else, like all the other couples, I was pretty like, you guys are solid, very good conversations, very mature, very honest, solid couples. The only ones that were, proposed that I thought would be rocky just because of Hannah, some of her insecurities were coming out, was Hannah and Nick. And my prediction with them was that she would self-sabotage the relationship, which we'll get into that when we talk about after the pods. So Steven, my final notes on that. I put cheating, ill, honest, I guess, from a 10 to a 5, because he had said that he cheated in his past and that he learned from it, he grew from it, And I think that we as human beings need to stop giving people credit for admitting cheating. Like, good for you. You still did it. Like, see, this is where I start to get a little bit judgmental, and I'm going to try to say this really gracefully, okay? When it comes to me personally, I could not be with somebody that had cheated in their past, because I have never cheated on anybody in my whole life. And so if the bar is here and I can meet it, there's no reason why somebody else can't meet it. And I think when somebody admits to cheating and they say that they've grown from it and they're better from it, it's up to the person that they're talking to decide if they can look past it. I have learned through a previous relationship that I can't get past it. And I think the reason why I couldn't in that relationship is because, according to him, the woman never found out that he had cheated. Maybe it would have been different if she knew, because to me it's like, if you really want forgiveness and you really like, you would just be raw. You know what I mean? Like, if you really messed up, you wouldn't be afraid of accountability if you really changed. And not wanting to tell the person what they did shows a fear of being held accountable, shows a stunt in the growth of that, is my opinion. That's all. So Steven did lose brownie points for that. He did gain some brownie points though, because, and again, I said I wasn't going to get political in this episode. I'm not. Steven did, but he said that he just showed growth in conversations around his views on politics, which was cool, and I appreciated that a lot. And then the couples, Leo and Brittany, no, they didn't actually even get offered to go to Cabo. Taylor and Garrett, 10 out of 10. These are my predictions on them before we get out of the pods. Steven and Monica, 10 out of 10. Ashley and Tyler, 10 out of 10. Hannah and Nick, 5 out of 10. She might self-sabotage. I put that there. Ramses and Marissa, 10 out of 10. Alex and Tim, 10 out of 10. See, like, my prediction was that they're all awesome. And the only ones that were rocky were like Hannah and Nick. Okay, those were my predictions before we left the pods. Oh my gosh, I've been talking about this a lot. I'm going to have to talk about the rest of it on the next episode, guys. And a lot of the reason why, like, I wouldn't mind having hour-long episodes, but my phone can only handle so much capacity, so that's why I want to get through all my topics quickly. But anyway, and I am due for an upgrade with my camera setup in a couple weeks, so you guys will definitely notice when that happens. But anyway, all right, the last and final thing. Now, if you only cared about the baddies or you only cared about Love is Blind and you don't care to rehash old reality TV shows like Double Shot at Love, feel free to ditch me. I'll see you next week. But right now, we're going to get into Double Shot at Love. You guys, okay. And I'm even thinking of like not putting this on the internet because I don't have anything nice to say. There is something so toxic and nasty and vile about the way women treat each other on these TV shows where they are competing over a man. Like, it's disgusting. And I was watching it back, and I remember when I first watched season 1 with Polly and Vinny, and I remember thinking that Nikki, I did think that she was overly emotional, which is crazy because if you know me in real life, hello, who are you talking about? Anyway, but I digress. I was watching it, but I never really noticed that anybody ganged up on her, which is crazy to not notice because I see Nikki and Polly on TikTok. I saw a TikTok of him like flipping her to that like TikTok challenge. So I was like, oh, I kind of want to watch their love story, which is so cute that we get to do that. But these women were so mean to her. It is insane. And there were times where Nikki would stoop or she would make a comment, like when she told Mish that Polly said that Holly was weird or whatever. Yeah, that was, to say that, like, But I also felt like they pushed her so much. And I mean, it was clearly because they were jealous. And the thing was, like, in the confessionals, everybody was so fake. It genuinely made me lose a little bit of faith in like us as women, because what are we doing? Like, for me personally, if somebody comes to me and they're crying and they're upset about something, I don't care what it is. You're not going to see me 10, 15, 20 minutes later in a confessional talking about, oh my God, she's crying again. Oh my God. Da, da, da. And maybe the reason for that, I'm going to get deep with you guys for a second. And mind you, I'm a psych major, so I can do that from time to time. Is I was told a lot growing up not to cry. There's nothing to cry about. You're being dramatic. Da, 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 da. So as in my adult life, it's very important for not only me to allow myself to feel things, but to let people around me feel things. As long as the behavior isn't unreasonable, like hitting things, screaming, acting like that, you can absolutely express your emotions without using bad behavior. And so anyway, different things bother different people. What's going to bother me and send me into an orbit might just be another Monday for you. And what would just absolutely grind your gears I might just be like, whatever. Like, I might not even notice it, Different strokes, different folks, different triggers, different traumas. We all have trauma ranging from way up here. You can't even imagine it. And therapy might not even help because your psyche couldn't handle processing it, to down here. Maybe, you weren't hugged enough. Maybe your parents didn't tell you they loved you. Something a little bit more mild, but trauma nonetheless, triggers nonetheless, and valid nonetheless. And I think with Nikki, now that I'm a lot more educated than when I watched season 1, I think that there was a huge fear of abandonment wound there. And it's being highlighted because you're in a house full of 8, how many women? There was 20 at some point. I don't know. Let's say 15 with like a dozen or more reasons for someone to abandon you. She doesn't see other women. She saw doors availabilities for abandonment. I'm guessing, I'm not going to claim to be a genius. I don't know her. I don't claim to know her. But it just made me sad. And I wanted to talk about it because I really want us to do better as women, as human beings as well. But like, especially women, like we all go through similar stuff, similar struggles. So, and if right now we don't feel safe, then the least we need to have is each other. And so I just plead with the women out there. If you guys have something really nasty to say about another woman, shut up. Is that nasty? That might be a nasty thing to say to a woman. Sorry. Just, we all go through different stuff. And just don't do it. Just keep it to yourself. And the same thing, human being to another human being. We can't, I don't know. I don't like this. We're going to be out here hurting people. And that's why even now with Chisme and Chill, Chisme is such a slippery slope to like talking shit and like being nasty to people. But I really do my best, and I hope I'm successful at not being so mean. Like I would hope that if someone I'm talking about, like one of the baddies or something, listen to me, they wouldn't take offense, because I don't like calling people names and doing all this and that. Roll a clip of me calling somebody a name. Maybe have I? Call me out if I'm talking too much crap and I'm not keeping it about just the chisme. Y'all need to tell me, because I do think there's a difference between chisme and like actually really online bullying somebody. I never want to teeter into online bullying, like ever. But anyway, I didn't even really talk about the show. I just I wanted to have a conversation with you guys. That's it. But yeah, Double Shot of Love. It was just nice watching the Polly and Nikki moments. Everything else, petty. And then when I watched season 2 of Double Shot of Love, I didn't feel bad. Like, I was like, girl, like, you were so mean. And the fact that Nikki was able to be there for Marissa when Marissa was going through what she was going through with Brandon, I was like, you are such a good person, because Marissa was so mean to you. Like, anyway. All right, guys. This episode's kind of long and I'm going to have to edit it. So thank you for chismeando and chilling with me today, guys. Until next time. Bye.